Welcome into DC On Screen, episode 336. We're going to be getting super spoilery on Flash 315, The Wrath of Savitar. I'm your host, David C. Robertson. This, my co-host, Jason Goss.
Mm-hmm.
To recap, Wally is seeing Savitar. Turns out Savitar is half present because Caitlin kept a piece of the Philosopher Stone. Savitar tricks Wally into bringing him the breast, releasing him fully into the real world, and sending Wally to the Speed Force to take his place. Iris is having trouble dealing with Barry's calculated wedding proposal, and Julian isn't loving that Caitlin asked him to the team just to be the mouthpiece for Savitar. Not my favorite episode. I'm a little tired of the trope.
Which one?
The one where everyone keeps secrets from everyone.
Well, sure. That's the CW problem we've had the whole time.
It is. And it breaks my heart when it's a part of the Flash. I don't want that to be a part of the Flash.
No, it was Arrow that did that to us.
Yeah, but we have a threefold here this week. We have Wally not telling people about Savitar. We have Caitlin suddenly not having told anyone that she had a piece of the Philosopher's Stone. And what was the other one? Barry not telling Iris that he, didn't see a ring on her finger. Which, how about, change your vest?
I mean,
if that's where we're going with it, it's like, no, you were wearing different shoes.
You will only wear...
So, on this day.
It was a white jacket, I think. You're wearing black jackets. From now, burn all of your white jackets.
Right.
Now that at least qualifies as like a life-changing thing.
Yeah.
But it did... You know what kind of broke my heart, though, was that Barry really did calculate that. And I feel like that's supposed to be beneath him a little bit, to be that calculating. I didn't like it. I didn't like it for Barry. I understand it. I'm not saying it's out of character. I just hated seeing him go there.
Right.
I mean, he's trying to save her through any means necessary.
Right.
It's what you're talking about. Like, he should be saving her by being with her and talking to her and working as a team, not manipulating her with a ring.
Yeah, and I kind of felt the same way about Wally when he was like, dude, we're trying to save your sister here. And Wally's like, yeah, I know we're here. He's like, do you? Like, why are you not bringing up Savitar? Like, showing up all over the damn place.
Yeah.
And, like, same for Caitlin. Like, Caitlin, dude, are you serious? Why would you keep a piece of the...
She's so desperate to figure out how to undo what she thinks she may become. I mean... I know. I get it, but just come on now.
I get it, but they're just,
But again, that's one of those things where, like, we just went through this a couple episodes ago. We're going to do this as a team, all this team. And then you've been sitting around with this piece of rock that... How many super scientists are in the room right now with you?
Yeah.
I mean, Barry can become a super scientist in any subject for, like, 2 hours if you need him to.
Yeah. I just don't understand. I don't.
I know.
How they would...
I don't know if she's really the betrayer. Like, they said, they pulled a couple things out this week. Like, maybe she was the betrayer. Maybe Wally's
One will betray you. Yeah. One will fall.
Yeah.
One
will suffer a fate worse than death.
Yeah.
And it was, the suggestion is that Wally's maybe the one suffering a fate worse than death. I think we're getting red herrings on all that. That's just my bet.
You think?
I think all of that so far is just...
Because this looks like a paradox. This looks like Savitar might be Wally.
Possible.
But then again, if it was Wally, he can't really blame Barry for what happened. I mean, that was him being a dipshit.
I mean,
like over and over again.
No, Wally made a series of bad choices over the last episode and some change. Mm-hmm. He should have told the team about seeing Savitar. He shouldn't have went and grabbed that Philosopher's Stone without asking anybody. Yes, I mean, he made a bunch of bad decisions. This is what happened to him right now is on him. But the other thing is, I don't think being in the Speed Force is necessarily a fate worse than death. I mean, we've seen the inside of the Speed Force right now, and it made us cry. It was so joyful.
Well, part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's still the guy running around, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad place. And in the books, it's often described as speedster heaven, like. We're not necessarily talking about speedster hell here. I don't think that's the fate worse than death.
I mean, maybe some of it is. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know where, for instance, Zoom is right now. He didn't look like he was having a great time, but...
No, he didn't look like he was having a good time at all. And,
But short of some rates being involved, it's not generally described as being a bad thing. But
it kind of is and isn't. Like, plenty of times it's like it's an unhappy place.
Yeah.
People are being trapped in the Speed Force. Like, I think it may be it is what you make it type of situation. But if you know that it's not real, it might actually be terrible for you. You know what I mean?
Possible.
Like,
I don't know. I've read a few times where certain speedsters they go too fast, they accidentally get there, and they kind of don't want to leave. Like they get trapped because it's just peace, and they don't want to go back. I've heard that version before, but also you go back to the books, and Wally's the guy that's made it out.
Yeah,
like Wally can get out of the Speed Force. He's the one that's fast enough, and they get him down to 0.21 seconds. Like that opening scene,
whatever it was.
He's enough to actually stop Savitar now.
Yeah, whatever it was. I don't remember the actual number, but yeah,
I wrote it down.
Yeah, I've seen too many iterations or representations of the Speed Force. So I don't really know. I mean, last season in the Kevin Smith episode, whatever it was called, the Runaway Dinosaur, was that what it's called?
That's the one.
I don't even know.
Yeah, that's that.
They totally made it out to be like the Nexus from Star Trek Generations.
Yeah,
it was just like it was perchance to dream.
Yeah.
But
oh, by the way, the other reason I don't think I think we're getting red herrings is in the end, like Caitlin's betrayal was kind of a win. Mm-hmm. I mean he's stuck in the Speed Force. Like if anything, Wally's the one who betrayed them.
Maybe, yeah. Because
like Caitlin, yeah, she didn't tell the team, but that was what was keeping. The fact that it was Piece of the Stone was one thing, but that was what was keeping him out of there. Like, I think, and we kind of mused about this before, is like, well, you throw him in there, but you throw him in there with the stone. I mean, that feels a little, like, dangerously
stupid.
Reckless. Apparently, the fact that she kept it out of there was like keeping him in a limbo state, which is a good thing. It at least limits him. I don't know, man. Now, something I did notice later in the episode, once Savitar's back, once he's corporeal, Barry keeps up with him. Like,
yes and no. It seemed like Savitar was toying with him
a little bit, but I wondered if because he was stuck in the Speed Force, I wondered if that was why he could move as fast as he could, because he was blinking in and out of the Speed Force, rather than like once he's back on ground, now he is just a speedster after all, and maybe he's faster than them, but he is just a body that can be beaten. He's not blinking in and out of existence. He's not like a quantum, particle anymore.
Maybe.
But, as far as his identity, like, why is he focusing so much on the West family? Like, you're the man Joe raised, you're the man Iris loves. You start wondering if it's Eddie.
A little bit, but I think it's probably Barry. Like, overall, like, my overwhelming thought is that it's Barry.
You think it's future Barry?
Yeah.
Eddie came to mind. I mean, we know he's been, like, it was Matt Schechter, I think. We know he's around right now. We don't know in what capacity. And Savitar is a heavily CGI'd character that doesn't really require any, physical presence for a lot of it. Yeah, just something I wanted to throw out there.
Who is Matt Schechter?
Eddie Thawne. I think that's his name.
Is that his name?
I think.
I don't think that's his name.
I think. Sorry.
What is his name?
I don't know. Obviously.
No, Rick Cosnett.
Oh, Rick Cosnett. You're right. I don't know who the hell I was thinking about.
I don't either. I know I've seen that name somewhere. Hold on. Let's...
Some other piece of DC TV news that we got wrong. So yeah, Cosnett's been on set a little bit, and I don't know. All the working pieces are there. Like it's a viable piece of conspiracy theory for me right now. So it's what my it's what I was betting on a little bit.
Now Matt Letcher plays Reverse Flash.
That's who I'm thinking
Eobard Thawne.
That's who I was thinking. Oh, at least it wasn't that far off.
I don't know who Matt Schechter is, though.
No,
I've seen Schechter somewhere.
There's a Sarah Schechter, I think, is maybe a writer somewhere.
Ah, okay. Yeah. That's the real thing.
Those are all close enough that I don't feel like I should get checked out for, any diseases.
I mean, you know what happens when you start getting dementia, man?
Start getting names wrong on podcasts?
Oh, no, I was going to say, people get paralyzed and then people die.
Go watch Logan, is what he's saying.
Fox finally outfoxed us all.
That was good, man. Anyway, back to a real thing. So,
a real thing.
Back to the thing that we care about.
I care very much about Logan.
Back to the thing that we're actually doing.
Okay, that works.
Actually, that's fair. I don't know how much I had left. We might as well talk about Logan.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. Oh, I did like the constant. I liked HR this episode. Like, he says, like, you, like, the coward will survive my wrath or something like that. And then, like, really as they're leaving, like, HR is like, I'm gonna go change my pants.
Yep. Yeah, it was like the coward shall survive my wrath. Ironically.
Yeah. Whatever. Weird traveling man. You did nothing to me. I'll spare you.
I loved when HR walked up to Jesse and said, "I don't know what to say in situations like this." And she just hugs him. Like, that was just great.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good.
They continue to get the heart part right, on this show.
Yeah, it was a very serious episode. There wasn't like a lot of Cisco HR comedy happening. It was a very down episode. I do feel like the show was kind of back on track a little bit, though.
Yeah.
The gorilla thing, I think that was it was a little bit of a misstep. I mean, I think there were just too many missed opportunities there. Mm-hmm. But it seems like we're back. I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, kind of back. I kind of feel like, after everything this team has been through together, they should have more trust in each other than to keeping stuff from each other. Like, that was a little bit of regression. But here, bright side, how many more do they got? I mean, that's all the secrets. I mean, yes, it's annoying that we're looking at what, 7?
What?
We're looking at what, 7 episodes?
God, what are we on now? What episode did you say this was?
15.
Yeah, it's probably about right then. I think they haven't announced finale dates or times, and as far as I know, look it up real quick. They are only telling us about the next few episodes. There's Into the Speed Force next week. You got the duet. You got part 2 of the Supergirl duet. Week after that.
Is it part 2?
Well,
I thought they were just doing one episode on the Flash.
No, it's going to carry over from the end of. We talked about in the news the other day. Like, Music Meister is basically just going to show up at the end of Supergirl.
Oh, right.
And then we're going to have the little bottle episode duet. We've got Abracadabra coming up in 3 weeks, and then that's all they're telling us. That's all we know for now.
Okay.
So could be a break. Could just mean they haven't released episode titles and air dates yet.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I mean, I think that's all I've got.
Yep. Felt bad for Wally at the end, though. The ring was gone.
Yeah. Which, it's dumb. It's dumb, Iris.
No.
You know he loves you.
Yeah, but no one wants to be proposed to for the wrong reasons. That is a fact. I mean, I'm absolutely going to give her this fact. No one wants that moment in their life to be for the wrong reasons.
Sure.
Like, there's not a girl in existence that wouldn't feel marred by having that moment just skewed, permanently marred. I can feel her in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. It seems like, do you want to die, Iris? Do you want to die?
Yeah.
By taking off that ring, you're fulfilling the prophecy, right? All right. Just so we're clear. Okay. Anyway, yeah. I get it. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to be back with Legends of Tomorrow 213, Land of the Lost. And we are DC On Screen. You can find every episode at DCOnScreen.com. We're proud members of the Giant Size Team Up Network, GiantSizeTeamUp.com. Until next time, keep some DC on your screen.
The holidays start here at Baker's with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. Whether you're making a traditional roasted turkey or spicy turkey tacos, your go-to shrimp cocktail, or your first Cajun risotto, Baker's has all the freshest ingredients to embrace your traditions. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
We've locked in low prices to help you save big store-wide. Look for the locked in low prices tags and enjoy extra savings throughout the store. Baker's, fresh for everyone.